It's going to change in about another 5 seconds because they won't have time for grabbing mics or smiling at each other. They're going to get down to business, and here we go.
Holyfield going right at Holmes. Said he wants Holmes to be active. He doesn't want him to be in a defensive posture. Holyfield said he's been most successful.
And what he means by that, Len, is he likes a fighter to open up with him and trade punches with him. Because Dokes, of course, in that wild fight they had right here, he opened up and knocked him out finally in the 10th round, I believe. So
Holyfield goes to the body. Bert Cooper was able to do in that 3rd round. We've yet to see what Larry Holmes can do as far as landing punches. A minute gone in the 1st. Left hand of his, as he's wont to do.
Of course, in that fight against some of the most exceptional combinations that I've seen thrown, really, especially by a big man, a big heavyweight.
Holmes went to the right hand. Holyfield's been working the body a bit. Now he comes with the overhand right. Goes to the body with the jab.
Throughout the fight came right back after Holmes.
Holmes' punch is blocked. Holyfield finishes off with a left. And another one. That's the round. Seemed a bit long, but that's the round to Holyfield.
He's safe, but if he opens the glove up and palms, it's an illegal tactic.
Holmes doing an effective job of parrying the blows of Holyfield. Holyfield obviously the quicker fighter. Glancing right hand. Larry dug a right low, and Holyfield with a left to the body.
Well, Evander Holyfield, Larry Holmes threw a right uppercut, and Evander Holyfield just missed with a beautiful counter left hook. And that's the thing that I think Evander has in his favor here, is that good speed, the good counter punch.
Well, here's where it looks like the Mercer fight. Holmes was content to stay in the corner and scored. And here Holyfield, now he's scoring 2 left hands. The uppercut from Holmes. Oh, left hand from Larry Holmes. So the Mercer tactic working here against Holyfield. Holyfield content to stay in here rather than dancing away. That was the argument earlier. What if Holyfield went out to the middle of the ring and Holmes didn't come back after him?
Well, Holyfield's not the type of guy that says, I'm not going to come over after you and go to the middle of the ring and wait for him. He's going to take the attack right to Holmes like he's doing right now. This is shades of the Ali rope-a-dope right here. That
commentators.
If he wins this fight, that's the man he wants to fight. Larry Holmes wants to fight George Foreman.
And he's giving into Evander Holyfield more than he's getting.
And right now he's fighting Evander Holyfield quite well right here in the corner.
Final seconds of the 2nd round. George Foreman working tonight's bout for HBO on tape delay. And a big smile, he's looking down. No, Duba says go to the other corner, and Holmes pats him on the head. Larry enjoying himself.
Good jab. All right, here we go. Back to the corner here. This could have been any point in time. There was that low blow I was talking about. Followed it with a right uppercut. Threaded the needle there. A little right hand chopping to the ear. 2 of them. This is exactly what he did against Ray Mercer in Atlantic City. Same sequence, but different angle. The double uppercut, 2 chopping right hands.
While you're watching the replays, screaming at Holyfield, stop fighting his fight. 3rd round. Now they're in the middle of the ring. And Holmes goes to his hammer, the jab. And Holyfield with the combination.
Holmes is just so good at really deflecting punches and parrying punches. He's quite surprising at the speed that they're coming at him at, that he's able to really coordinate his hands. Of course, Holyfield the ropes in the last 2 rounds, but it looked like he was doing better in the corner than he was in the middle of the ropes in the middle of the round, even though he just caught Holyfield with 2 short right hands.
And Holmes was smiling moments ago, almost in disdain. Oh! He's fighting at Holyfield. 12 seconds to go in the round. Holmes staring at Holyfield, looking at him, a half smirk at times. Holmes has taken as good as Holyfield had in that 3rd round.
Go back to the action. This is the right hand that started, that was the first good right hand that Holyfield landed. And of course, it looks like Holmes took it well. He's got his eyes focused here. And a little chopping right hand over the top. Holmes pulling him down, but it didn't hurt him as much as that right hand looked as big as it was. It didn't do that much damage. Those can add up, obviously, after a while, but Holmes took those quite well.
Holyfield, as we noted, using more of it tonight than he did against Cooper. Another right hand, glancing from Holyfield. Holmes' corner, urging him to use the jab. Larry puts the hands down momentarily again. Holmes is holding that left hand out.
Not much being landed here, but by virtue of Holyfield pressing the action, trying to make the fight happen, of course.
Holyfield lands with the left and then comes back to the body. Holmes just holding his shoulders.
That's right. By holding his shoulders, he stops his arms from coming forward. And
uppercut from Holmes in the right hand, and then Holyfield goes after him in the final seconds of the fourth.
He does, but Holmes blocked everything that Holyfield came back with.
Not that one. Overhand right from Holyfield. Exciting end to the fourth round. Now the chance of Larry at Caesar's Palace as we start the fifth round in the middle of the ring. Oh, Larry landed the right, and then Holyfield landed. The way we've been operating in the odd-numbered rounds. Holmes with the jabs. One connected, one grazed. Holyfield works the body with the right and the head with the left.
Using his elbows to block the body shots. And landed a 1-2. Landed a great right hand and wobbled Holyfield a little bit right there.
And Holyfield comes back with a right of his own. So even the big right hand in the third round. Working the body again, Holyfield is as the fifth round wanes. Again, Holmes smiling down and now talking to George Foreman. As we start the sixth round.
Maybe I'm stopping short of saying that Larry Holmes is winning a lot of these rounds as this fight goes on. But as the CompuBox stats showed, he's landed 49% of his punches, if I'm not mistaken.
It's with jabs. Oh, Holyfield cracked the right hand over the top.
He did, and again, Holmes was rolling with it. Got the
couple
shoulder.
Jabs from Holyfield. And Holmes backs off towards the ropes, and Holyfield obliges him. Comes in after him with the right. Minute gone in the sixth.
Let's see if he turns it on the last half of this round to pull it out for himself.
Trying to hold him at arm's length with the left hand. And Holyfield working the body again.
He's going to have to do a lot more than that to really get Larry Holmes in trouble. He's going to have to be punching in combinations once he gets in the field.
The left, another right from Evander. And Holmes coming out of there.
So right before that series on the ropes here with two right hands, Holmes landed two great right hands.
Final seconds of the sixth.
Well, it looks like Evander got a headbutt right off the ropes there, and I'm not sure. He is cut, and it's a bad cut in the eyelid.
Around the eye. And that's exactly what Lou Duva, now he's out yelling at Mills Lane in the ring.
Well, Lou Duva said he hit him with the headbutt, but it was Evander Holyfield that looked like he fell forward into the ropes, and Mills Lane is saying he didn't see what happened. And proof of that is Mills Lane had already turned away from it. That's why he didn't see it. Here we go. Both
elbow. Elbow.
Let's see it. It was an elbow he caught as he came in. They were trading punches. That was accidental.
It was an elbow. And Mills Lane telling Lou Duva to get out of the ring.
It's a terrible cut, and it's in the eyelid, and it's already bleeding, and it's bothering Evander Holyfield.
Remember, we talked about fateful seventh rounds. Here we go. Holmes trying to work that eye with the jab. It was an elbow, as we saw from that replay. We're right at the end of the round, and now Holyfield squinting a bit as the blood flows from the right eye. The blood continues to flow from the right eye of Evander Holyfield. And Holyfield backs Holmes up again. Larry trying to hold him off with the left hand, as he's wont to do, inside of a minute remaining in the 7th. Holmes with the right. A good left jab from Larry Holmes. A right over the top from Holyfield. Backs Holmes into the corner. Holmes has his gloves up in defense.
Oh, good right hand by Larry Holmes. Stepped right in off the jab. And Evander Holyfield looks very fatigued, very tired, and looks like his confidence is really starting to deteriorate in this fight. Here we go. Larry Holmes missed the right hand, and Holyfield walked right into it.
Looked like he walked into an elbow. Round number 8.
In Holyfield's corner, they've hired freelance cutman Ace Murata.
Larry break in his corner.
2 minutes, and been doing all the fighting in this round, and
Holyfield breathing heavier than Holmes at this point,
yes,
which is rather amazing in the final seconds of the 8th round.
He's got a lot to deal with, especially with this cut.
Now he has it stopped as we begin the 9th round.
Don Turner urging Larry Holmes to come out and fight a little bit more. He knows he probably dropped that round by really being virtually threw very few punches in that round, but Holmes has got to get busy if he wants to get back in this fight and rack up some more points.
Holyfield scoring. He came out dripping wet. They must have poured a gallon of water over him during that break. His trunks were soaking. And Holyfield swings and misses, and his own momentum took him down. Drilled a slip, of course.
If he wants to win the World Heavyweight Championship, he's kind of letting it slide out of his hands here, and he's abandoned the rope-a-dope or the stuff in the corner that was working so well for him.
He's abandoned just about everything in this round. You know, very little jabbing from him, very little of anything. It's really the man who carries the action, and up to this point, it's Holyfield.
That's right.
He snaps Holmes' head back with another jab. Oh, and Larry counters with a right hand. And a rare left hook from Holmes. Corner, meaning 3 rounds to go. And really a lull has settled over. Crowd waiting for something to happen, which isn't the last couple of rounds. You saw right there, Holyfield would not go into the corner with him, and now he's backing off the ropes a little bit. But worked very effectively in the 2nd and 4th rounds for Larry Holmes. Tensional elbow from Larry Holmes right at the end of the round. Credit Ace Murata for that.
Beautiful job. With an occasional right hand downstairs from Larry Holmes also right there. Well, the tactics of Larry Holmes throughout this fight, the defensive tactics, have really taken its... Well,
and a few boos from the crowd,
right,
as they also sense the inactivity amongst these 2 heavyweights going for the title. And as I watch this, I'm wondering if Mike Tyson meant what he said the other night, that he's not interested in boxing and doesn't want to fight. And I'm wondering if he is not watching this in Indiana tonight behind bars, and what he might be thinking. Inside of 30 seconds remaining in the 10th round. Of course, they may not have pay-per-view behind bars at America's institutions, Joe.
no, they just have basic cable there.
I see. So much of the same to the 8th, 9th, and question. And Evander Holyfield's right eye a little bit closed as he goes with the left hand.
All right, he's got Evander with his mouth open. He's really not doing much. He's waiting for something to happen. You know, this fight, he's probably not in all the way.
He came out with a big right hand in the start of the 11th, but hasn't followed up. Holyfield still content to work the body with 1:15 remaining in the 11th. Oh, Holmes says, come on, puts his hands down, come after me. Holyfield just stands there. Draw a line in the sand, guys.
Little tired out there.
Well, this is exactly what happened to him a year last April against, but Evander the more fatigued of the 2.
Oh! Connects with a right hand. Holyfield tries to go back after him, but another good right hand from the challenger.
A couple good right hands by Holmes, and he bailed out with a left hook. And of course, we got a little time. I think a little tape on the glove of Larry Holmes.
I think Holyfield might have enjoyed that little break. And a good Larry Holmes.
Another good 1-2 from Larry Holmes, regardless of how much blood comes out of that cut during this round.
Of course, Holmes thinks he needs the knockout, but when it goes to judges' scorecards, you just don't know how close it might be at this point.
Nice left hook to the liver by Holyfield, following a couple shots to the head.
Holyfield, left hook connects.
One of the things that can happen when you get a little desperate and need a knockout like Holmes does or thinks he does, you leave yourself vulnerable to maybe some strong shots by Holyfield.
Look at the laughing from Larry Holmes. Now he goes into a bit of an Ali movement.
Nothing's going to happen for Larry Holmes. He's got to press it like he did with that right hand, and that was a nice shot. And I'll tell you, he's landed some beautiful right hands on Holyfield, as we well know is a real good one.
Remarkable that the 13-year age difference, and they're breathing about the same here with 1:12 to go and a 12-round fight lead.
Two more right hands, a long one and a short one on the inside landed by Holmes.
I think that's a reach, Joe.
I don't know.
It's a long time ago.
Well, let me tell you something. We saw something like that happen with the, in my estimation, gave Tommy Hearns a lot more credit in that fight than they should have against Barkley.
I mean, based on overall reputation, but not one specific incident. Here we go with 33 seconds remaining. Larry Holmes coming on strong in the 11th and 12th after resting in 8 through 10.
Couple good hooks by
Holyfield with the left hand. And this fight ending in a flurry, and Holyfield with the left. It has Holmes up against the ropes, and Holmes trying to battle out of there with 15 seconds to go. Both looking for one big punch, and now Holyfield backs off.
It's Holmes who runs Holyfield off the ropes here. He only had 15 seconds left. He should fight to the finish here and ensure the victory for himself.
And Holyfield ends bleeding, and the two of them, well, finally, Holyfield the one to put an arm around Holmes. Holmes, as George Foreman did before him, takes the champion the distance. And now we'll go to the scorecards.
Chuck Giampa scores about 116 to 112. That's the same score, 116 to 112 from Carol Castellano. And Glenn Hamada has it, 117 to 111 for the winner by unanimous decision, and still the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Evander, the real deal Holyfield.